Hello, everyone. We're here on the rough seas of the Sea of Galilee.
Yay.
We are going into a Bible trivia for the book of Matthew.
Yay.
So what website is this? Bibletrivia.co.uk.
Yeah. So thank you, England, for doing it.
Thank you, the entire country of England.
Yeah. Yay. All right. Who is generally accepted to be the author of Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew? Matthew, Peter, Paul, or Joseph?
It'd be wild if it was somebody else. I think it's Matthew, right?
That's what I would say too.
I'd have to say.
Oh, I wonder if it gives you red if you're wrong. Let's see. Oh no, you just get one chance. Okay. Who told Joseph not to fear taking Mary as his wife? The angel of the Lord, the shepherds, Mary, or the wise men?
Uh, the angel of the Lord,
Yay.
right?
Which? Yep. I think it's right when it's green. I think. I mean, that would be the answer I would put too.
We're on a roll, my goodness. Right,
No.
because he showed up and he was like, "Do not fear." The wise man was after he was born, and he would have already made those choices.
Right. The wise men came after. Is that what you mean? Yes, yes, yeah. Because this is like when she was just first pregnant, not like giving birth, right?
Right.
So, which ruler wanted the baby Jesus killed?
And
Tiberius, Philip, Augusta, or Herod?
Herod, final answer.
Final answer. All right.
Furious.
Who baptized Jesus? John the
John the,
Baptist, Peter, James, or Matthew?
John the Baptist.
Yeah,
And he said, "You should be baptizing me."
exactly. Exactly. Yes. What Jesus said, let it be so for now, right? Or something like that. What does Jesus say that the meek shall inherit? Everlasting life, the treasures of heaven, the earth, or the throne of God? And this
Do
is
you
the
think the phrase Bible cheat sheets is a little this is a little bit in a gray area? You agree on that?
there's some gray area going around there. Advertisements everywhere.
And as said by the Bible and many great rappers, the meek shall inherit the earth.
Yay. Well, thank you, Lord, that you give the rappers wisdom too. Thank you. What does Jesus say to do if your right hand causes you to sin?
Cut that. Cut it off.
Cut it off.
Pray for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Burn it in the fire. That's pretty good.
Tie behind your back.
If you
That
don't have
would,
a knife, I guess.
I mean, the tie behind your back is not so dramatic. So maybe that would be the less dramatic of them. Oh, pray for forgiveness. That works too.
Well, I think tie it behind your back practically if we're not gonna disadvantage ourselves for the,
Right.
you know, healing of our sins. I think tying it behind your back is a good way.
In the moment, stop you doing something, you know?
Hmm?
All right, 7. What was Jesus talking about when he said you can't make one hair on your head black or white? Hmm. I
Um,
was not looking for any of them answers. Hmm. What was Jesus talking about when he can't make one hair on your head black or white? Resurrection,
if you
forgiveness,
can,
fasting, or oaths?
well, he was talking about being able to change the hair color of somebody
Hmm.
prematurely.
Or how little control we have, is it?
I think that's probably what it boils down to.
But I don't know what answer goes with that. I thought it was like about not worrying, but that's about the
Um,
statue. Let's see.
was
Make
it a Pharisee questioning him?
more than likely.
So,
Tempted to go with forgiveness, but
I
I'm
mean,
not
they
sure.
questioned him on fasting and resurrection.
And forgiveness. How
Resurrection.
many times should you forgive?
I think it is the resurrection.
You think it's the resurrection? Okay, let's go for it. Wow, John.
There we go.
Praise the Lord.
1,000 knowledge tokens.
Yay. How shall we practice? See, practice is the British way.
Ah, confuse all you American folk.
Yeah, practice charitable works, prayers, and fasting. I would have grown up with that, like with the British English,
Hmm.
but still, sometimes, you forget. All right, how should we practice charitable work, prayer, and fasting with thanksgiving openly, in secret, quietly? It feels like the last two are very similar, but I think I
Which is
will go
an
with,
indication that they are wrong.
I'm going with in secret.
What?
Yep.
With Thanksgiving.
You think it's with Thanksgiving?
How should we practice charitable works, prayer, and fasting?
I mean, Thanksgiving is too, but should we practice them openly? No, he wants us to do it in secret so that your father knows, your God knows, but you're not like being
Well,
proud.
you shouldn't boast about it,
Yeah.
but I don't. I mean, I'm going with A.
Okay. Oh, maybe they don't give the answers till later, or maybe you're right. Who knows? Let's see. Or will we just we'll keep going. How's that? Then we don't know if the answers are gonna be in the
Oh, you get to submit.
once you submit. Okay, so we don't really know if our answers are right or not. Okay.
You know,
Where was Matthew sitting when Jesus called him? Matthew. In a fishing boat, by a well, in a tax booth, on a donkey.
is it like The Chosen? Was he in a tax booth?
I think he might have been.
Probably right.
Which prophet did Jesus refer to when some of the scribes and Pharisees asked for a sign? Hmm.
Elijah.
Yeah. Elijah, Moses, or Jonah?
There was the J.
The Jonah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the
Jonah?
3 days. Yeah.
Oh, I meant
Oh, I'm sorry. You meant Elijah with the J. I'm pretty sure it was Jonah because of the 3 days, and the fish is like 3 days in the earth, and then he rose again. What was the fate of the tares in the parable of the tares? The tares are like the weeds when they were growing with the good thing. Were they left to rot, fed to swine, thrown in the river, or burnt?
they left her out.
I think they were burnt after they were harvested.
Oh, to make it more
Like they took
nutritious. They let it grow.
they let it grow, because if they pulled it up, remember he
It would
said
pull up the other good crop.
yes, exactly. And then when harvest came, they got it all, and then they separated the good from the bad, and they burnt the bad stuff, the weeds.
Okay, burnt it.
And then how many measures of flour were used to hide the leaven in the parable of leaven? Oh wow. How many measures of flour were used to hide the leaven in the parable of the leaven? 1, 2, 3, 4.
2.
I think 1.
1.
What do you want to go with? Hmm? 2? 1? I say 1. What say you, John?
2. Maybe 4.
Which disciple was told to catch a fish that would hold a coin in his mouth? That was when they remember when Caesar and they were saying, what should we do? Should we pay taxes? And he's like, that's the law. And Caesar's face was on the coin, and then he told him, go down, catch a fish, and there'll be enough for me and you, and pay your taxes, pay our taxes. Philip, Peter, Andrew.
Peter?
Peter, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Peter. in the parables of the workers in the vineyard, why are some of the laborers unhappy with being paid 1 penny?
Because the other people got the same pay after they worked less hours.
Some had worked less hour for the same pay, right? Number 2, they had meant to work over. Right. I think it was totally a jealousy thing, right? It wasn't that they didn't think there was enough for that type of work because they agreed to it in the morning,
Right.
They agreed to the money. It just that when some came later and worked less hours, that's why they were. What objects did the 10 virgins take with them in the parable? Gift, scroll, lamp, coins.
Lamps.
At the
Not enough
judgment,
oil.
yes, not enough oil. There was. Be ready. At the judgment, Jesus will separate the people like shepherd separates the sheep with what other animals? Cows, deer, goats, foxes. In at
What is
what
it? That's what I want.
or it's goats. The sheep and goats.
Sheep and goats.
What did Judas do with the 30 pieces of silver that he was given to betray Jesus? Lost them to the robbers, gave them back, donated them to treasure, bought a field.
He tried to give them back and then bought a field.
Right. So them two, but I think he gave them back, and then the people didn't, the priests they didn't want to be responsible, so they bought the field, didn't they? But he actually gave them back.
Right.
And the other guys bought the field. Other than putting a stone in front of Jesus' tomb, what measure was taken to guard the tomb? Set a guard to what? Set traps? None. Told no one of the location.
Had a guard to watch.
Yeah. What story were the soldiers told to explain how Jesus disappeared from the tomb? This is the lie that they told the guards to say. He came back to life and walked away. That's the truth, right? He didn't. The Sadducees sold him. The disciples stole him. He didn't actually die and escape.
The disciples stole?
Yeah. How many woes did Jesus pronounce? Last question. Woohoo! How many woes did Jesus pronounce on the scribes and Pharisees in the Matthew gospel? Woe to you who, wow, I would have no idea. I'd have to just take a guess.
7.
Woe to you. 7? Wow, that'll be a good question. Let's see. Submit.
Let's see how we did, everybody.
All right. Oh, I have to fill in a name. I'll just fill in this. I gotta go back down again. Sorry about advertisements, everybody. I hope you can see this. And then we're gonna wait. All right, let's see. Oh, oats.
Oh, yeah, that
Fine.
makes sense.
Wow. Okay, so we got the Matthew was the writer, the angel that told Mary. Herod wanted John the Baptist. The earth. Johnny knows that from his music. I'm only joking. Cut it off. Right, okay. So what was Jesus talking about when he said you can't make one hair on your head black or white? And that was oats. I'm just going to see if tell me more. Let's see what it tells us. Maybe.
You were right.
Did I? I didn't say oats. I thought it was forgiveness. Oh, the next one. Okay. Jesus underscored the ferment.
Emphasizing that our influence over nature, even something as simple. Oh my goodness, mother. Even something as simple as the color on our hair is virtually non-existent. He mentions this during the Sermon on the Mount, where he addresses the pitfalls of making oaths and promises we may not be able to keep. Here, Jesus calls into the question the futility of swearing by things we do not control, like the hair color, to give weight to our own words. Interestingly, the notion of hair color in ancient cultures was held symbolic meaning. For instance, in some texts, hair color symbolizes youth, vitality, or honesty. However, despite these cultural perceptions, our hair color can change due to numerous factors beyond our control, such as aging and even stress.
Yeah,
It serves as a beautiful metaphor for life's impermanence and the fleeting nature of promises. It's very true. I don't like giving promises to nobody.
exactly. And he doesn't want us to give promises, you
Because,
know.
like, at the end of the day, promises are lies, right? Because you can't guarantee that you can do anything. So you're
Right,
like, people ask you to promise stuff, and it's like, you're forcing me to lie to you.
right, because I don't have the ability
I
to know.
very well probably will do it, but it's
Right,
not a
right.
guarantee.
I usually say I'll try my best, you know, and then Lord help me remember to do it, which is the main part, is the remembering part.
But people want confidence instilled in them.
Yes.
They would love empty promises just thrown at their face.
And we do have, you know, full promises with Jesus in the word, you know. Oh, sorry. All right. Wit. So how should we practice charitable work, prayer, and fasting in secret? This is from Matthew 6. Not like the Pharisees who made sure everyone knew the works they were doing.
So I only said with Thanksgiving because you're supposed to do all that stuff with a smile on your face.
Exactly. So I think that
In
in
secret
that sense you are right.
makes sense because then nobody knows.
Right. And there's the text. Matthew, they found him in the tank. Jonah, referring to the 3 days and night Jonah had spent in the belly of the fish. Burned. All right. How many measures of flour were used to hide the leaven in the parable? 3. Wow.
3
I did not remember 3. 43% answered correctly. Consider the deeper theme. The use of 3 measure particularly striking. I didn't even. Wow, the Holy Trinity, the 3 gifts of the Magi. Wow, the 3.
denials of Jesus.
Hmm.
Peter's thrice denial of Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Which disciple, okay, was told to catch the fish in the parable? Yes, I think we got that. The lambs, the goats, 30 pizzas, gave them back. Cool. He threw them back in front of the cheap thing. They'd be tainted. They couldn't put it in the treasury, so they bought a field. Said a guard, you said that. The disciples stole them. That was the lie.
7?
7. Wow, look at you, John. In Luke, there was only 6, but they do not
Well,
occur at the same point in the narrative. Sorry.
if you go back to the other answer that we did with the 3 days, and then they were saying that 3 was symbolic, and they brought up the other examples. 5 and 7 are other good examples of numbers like
I
that.
know. Yeah. And 7, we've seen 7 a lot.
Yeah.
To be 7 woes and not 8. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
All
we got
right.
an 85. We got above average. I think
Huh.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We
So
need to
that's,
read a little harder because it was the coin and the fish. We go.
I know.
We
And
should have got a little bit higher, but
we did
good
good.
job,
I
mother.
think we did good. Right?
Yes, it is
I put it
restored
back.
peace and balance within the universe.
Yes. And how are you? How did, hopefully everyone else can go enjoy it too.
Right. I will try and leave a link so you can do it yourself and then you can
Yeah.
see what you got.
Yeah. And then be peaceful.
Be peaceful.